So, what sort of bleak future are we Canadians facing? Well, putting it bluntly, a very disturbing one. By creating an artificial barrier to growth and innovation, this country is well on the way to becoming the next Venezuela, I'm afraid. And the inevitable continuing plunging of the value of the Canadian dollar, which will affect us all by increasing regulations and taxes on everyone and everything. This government infrastructure is the only thing likely to grow in this country. A country basing itself purely on that is doomed to economic disaster. Ever-increasing energy costs, so-called green taxes, of which do nothing to stimulate growth. The only growth in Canada is the regulation and mini Hitlers in all levels of government. This is the UN and Agenda 21 and its buddy 2030. Large numbers of retail operations in this country have been and are continuing to close. That affects towns and cities, their look, their feel, not to mention the jobs. And finally, and it is not insignificant, Trudeau himself is hitting the car makers hard, and it will only be a matter of time before they throw in the towel in Canada. Canada's auto industry, and this is by the numbers, direct employment 120,000, spin-off jobs 400,000, total shipments $56 billion, $27 billion in parts. Total GDP to Canada is $17 billion of added value. Exports $66 billion. That's second most important import-export industry in Canada. Productivity $210,000 per worker per year. Average annual incomes $72,000 on the assembly line, and for parts $55,000. And those figures are from sources in Statistics Canada. So I'm not making those up. What a sad state of affairs this country has come to in such a short space of time. The engine of Canada, Ontario, is being decimated by someone I can only describe as a pure communist, who's bound and determined to wreck the structure of this province. And then you've got another nutball in British Columbia and another nutball in Alberta, and then of course you've got the sucking sound of Quebec sucking the rest of the money out of the country, and you put that together and it's a recipe for economic disaster. And this guy Trudeau has no intention of stopping, and you're going to see all our jobs disappear south of the border, and our buying power is going to be zero. It's time for you to act. It's time for us all to act. You need to contact your MPP, your MP, whatever the heck it is, and do something. Stop this guy before he wrecks this country. I wonder really if he believes in Canada. Your comments.